This is a ShearCAD demo where we're going to give you an overview of features. We're running the ShearCAD. You can pick whichever release you want from a list there. Picking the text height. It's firing up IntelliCAD in this case. Of course, ShearCAD runs with IntelliCAD, AutoCAD, newest versions of AutoCAD from AutoCAD 2000 all the way up to 2010. Now what we're going to do first is to go to a blank line, and we're going to demonstrate callouts, text callouts. So we're entering a straight bar. 3 number 4 is 5 foot long. Here's a bent bar. Generates the mark for you. Fill in a note there. Minus for the standard hook. So we're going to double click on the callout number, and we're going to choose the format detailing callout. This is a standard format that is going to be used a lot. This is where it just does a single text callout, doesn't draw any boxes and so forth. Of course, we have many callout types that draw the boxes and put a heading. This is one with no boxes, no heading. It's a single callout, detailing format. Draws the arrow for you. Leader. And it put an X there in the C column to indicate that that text callout is in the drawing. We're going to call out the next line. This is a bent bar. We're going to use the same format. Now we've called each of these lines out separately. What we're going to do now is call them out together. So you can call out multiple lines together, and we're going to use the same format, detailing callout style of format. If you'd like to see where in the drawing this callout is, you right click and it'll blink it. It's going to blink the callout in the drawing to help you spot it. We're entering another bent bar, this type 17. This is our so-called drawn bar callout. You see in the prompt line, double click to call this out, to draw the bar, and that will be your callout. So it's going to draw the bar to scale. Even the thickness of the bar is drawn to scale. Now we're picking the stretch button at the bottom. Let's say we want to stretch out one of these dimensions. You pick the dimensions you want to stretch, where you want to stretch it to. Stretches it out in the drawing, and of course it changes the length. In this case, the C length of that type 17. Now we're going to draw a line. All we did was we picked on the line icon and drew a line of arbitrary length. Next, we're going to draw an arc. This is going to be an arc less than a semicircle. We're going to draw another arc that's more than a semicircle, wraps around more. Now what we're typing is, and you see this in the prompt line, add P to pick length. So we put 1 number 4 for P. For P, the P means that we're going to pick a length. You see at the bottom, pick a length or an arc. So there's lots of things you could pick, but we're going to pick that line, and you see that it knows the length. Let's try that again. This time with the arc. So instead of a straight bar, this time it's going to be a type 9 arc bar. And you see that ShearCAD knows all about that bar. It knows all the dimensions. Generates the next mark for you. Now we're going to go 5P. We're going to pick that arc that's more than a semicircle. And it knows it's the Shear 97 ShearCAD type 37. Now we're going to see the quantity calculator. This can be handy for calculating, say, bar supports over a rectangle. So you got a rectangle, say 275 by 225, supports every 4 foot. You're going to need 3,933 high chairs. And we're going to do this same quantity calculator, but this time we're going to first draw a polyline. Of course, a polyline is just a bunch of line segments all together connected. We're going to put a couple openings inside this polyline. Now we're going to run the quantity calculator. This time it says pick area from drawing. Yes, we do want to pick the area. It knows the square feet of the outer polyline, knows there's 2 enclosed polylines, subtracts the inner polylines, takes the square footage of that, and says, well, for the sake of figuring the area, let's pretend it's a square of that dimension, and we need that many high chairs, 36 high chairs with a 4-foot spacing in that area. We type Z from the code field and you see all the functions. And on other videos that are available on the website, you can see many of these functions in action when you look at those other videos. Now we're going to do a bend schedule. When you're done, say you're done with this release, you want to do a bend schedule of all the bent bars that are in this release. So there's a nice bend schedule with the boxes drawn and all that. Now we're going to insert the bend types. It's going to show us one shape, one representative shape for each of the bend types that are in this bar list, or detailing list rather. We're going to print a placing list. We're going to do the cut sheet and shipping list. Funny name for a placing list, but it's one of the more popular ones. And you see that it actually puts the shape of the bar on each line of the detailing placing list. Now we're going to do a bar list. Of course, we want to sort and accumulate it. And there's a real nice bar list. We're closing that out. And we're closing out our ShearCAD, and that's the end of our ShearCAD overview of features.